Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 2 of Know Your Minnow, where we take a look at the lowlier sides that international football has to offer, but certainly teams that are no less deserving of our respect and recognition. Today, I invite you to take a trip with me down to the tropics. We are looking at American Samoa, a nation located within the Confederation of Oceania in the southwest corridor of the Pacific Ocean. Some facts about American Samoa. Well, it is an unincorporated overseas territory of the United States with an overall population of about 60,000 people. The capital is Pago Pago, located near the center coast of the island. It is one of the very few places in the world to have prevented any deaths during the outbreak of the Spanish flu pandemic of 1918. One of only 3 locations in the world to successfully circumnavigate that crisis, really, that killed over 100 million people worldwide in the span of 2 years in the beginning of the 20th century. It is illegal for anyone in American Samoa to own land if they are less than 50% of Samoan blood. So there's a very strict emphasis on land remaining in possession of those of native heritage on the island. The maximum speed limit in American Samoa is only 30 miles per hour, in large part due to the small size of the island itself, and the island comprises only 240 kilometers of road. In total, that is. And another cool fact about American Samoa is fruit bats. Fruit bats are native to the island. 3 different types of fruit bats that are scarcely found in any other parts of the world other than in American Samoa and in its most immediate neighbors, those being Samoa, Tuvalu, Kiribati, other Pacific Island nations in the region. American Samoa is also home to the blue-crowned lariquet, a very stunning, beautiful bird at that. Some notable famous people from American Samoa include Hawaii Congresswoman and current candidate for President of the United States, Tulsi Gabbard. She was born in the capital of Pago Pago. Others include Isaac Sapoaga, who was a running back for the San Francisco 49ers. American Samoa produces a lot of American football players in the NFL, believe it or not. And Samoa, too, their neighbors for that matter. Rocky Maivia, who, as we know as Dwayne Johnson, The Rock from WWE, his family, Samoan. He was a player for the Miami Dolphins before he went to professional wrestling. So the two Samoas generate a lot of athletes for nations that are as small as they are. And also Masahiro Koyo, who is an American Samoan / Japanese sumo wrestler. Another noted name from American Samoa. Now let's move on to the national team. So American Samoa is ranked 192nd in the world by FIFA and 237th by the ELO rankings. Their head coach is Tunaloa Lui, and their squad is exclusively domestic based, with players playing locally. Some of the names of these clubs include Lionheart FC, Royal Puma, and Pago Youth. Not a single player plies their trade overseas outside of American Samoa. Notable players for American Samoa currently include Walter Patti, Ryan Samuelu, and Nikki Salapu. The captain of American Samoa is Ramen Ott, who is tied with Shalom Luani for top scorer in the nation's history with 33 goals overall. And yes, American Samoa, quite famously or infamously, is known for having the most emphatic loss in an international competitive fixture in recorded history when in April 2001, they were on the receiving end of a 31-0, yes, 31-0 defeat to Australia in 2002 World Cup qualifying. And that result cemented American Samoa as among the weakest sides, if not the weakest team, the worst national side in the world reputation-wise, along the sides at that time of Bhutan and Montserrat. But destiny had higher things happening for American Samoa, because a decade later, in November 2011, the nation picked up its first ever recorded victory in a 2-1 defeat over Tonga in a preliminary 2014 World Cup qualifying round. And this result made international headlines, even on CNN and other news outlets around the world, and led to the subsequent formation of the documentary, which is lauded by critics as one of the best footballing documentaries of the 21st century, called Next Goal Wins, which chronicles the American Samoan national team and then manager Thomas Rongen, who's a well-known American/Dutch football commentator and coach, both in the MLS and outside. I strongly encourage everyone to go watch that documentary. It's very well made, it's very impactful, and it gives a wonderful insight into the history of football on the island of American Samoa. And just the fact that they picked up their first victory ever, and that inspired a documentary, an award-winning documentary to be made of it, is very telling. But alas, American Samoa has never qualified for their regional tournament, the OFC Oceania Nations Cup, because they usually get dumped out in the first qualifying round to the likes of Cook Islands, Samoa, and Tonga. So they've never made it to the main tournament, but they very much so aspire to one day. And maybe, just maybe, they can build upon the brief spotlight of success they had in 2011 moving forward.